was obviously one of the old trams that used to use this line. It would have probably been quicker. I think we might have actually made it into the station here. There we go. There we go. So out we go. That was good. That was fun.
15 minutes.
Every 15 minutes that runs. That's quite impressive. So we're up at the top now. There it is there. It's quite an impressive building. Just going over to one of the viewpoints now. We'll probably be able to see where Daffy's parked up. The Atlantic coast. The dock area down there. Denise was just saying, why is it whenever we come to somewhere to have a look around, it always seems to have scaffolding going up the side of it?
There's somebody right at the top there. Wow.
Yeah, you can obviously get to the top of it because there's people up at the top. So there we go. So we just paid €2 and we're going to climb up to the top. So Denise is behind me counting the steps. This does remind me of many places that we've been up into towers, Bologna being the most impressive one. I always gauge it by how much out of breath I am by the time I get to the top. If I can't talk, I know it's been a high climb. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit out of breath now. My fitness levels are not what they should be, I don't think. Right, there's one viewing platform up here, I think, but we can go higher. Obrigado. So there's Denise coming up these first flights to what I think is the first viewing platform before we go a little higher. So here we go. Crikey, these are tight. You wouldn't have wanted to have had any pies before you came up here. Honestly, it is only just wide enough to climb. See if you can see. These have got to be the narrowest flight of stairs I think I've ever been up. Crikey, there's more. Look at this. Quite impressive. So, quite echoey up here. I might do a bit of singing, or maybe I won't. Here we go. So 117 steps so far, Denise has counted, and we're going up these more spiral staircases here to get to the top of this dome and the view. So there we go. Looks like a palace over there. Looks like it's probably now a hotel, and a very grand one at that. The view is fantastic. We will be heading over that bridge once we come down from here, heading towards a campsite where we'll be spending at least one night, depending on what it's like. So that's our goal.
142.
So it's 142 steps we had to take to get up here. Denise isn't looking forward to these steps back down. So we're right at the very top. We'll show you where we're parked. We'll go round to the other side of this dome so you can see where we parked. See if we can find it. So we are parked over there in that car park. You can't see us because we're protected by some houses. A great view of the city. That's the older part of the city ahead of us that we just walked through. And you can see the ship down there, the hospital ship that we had just looked around. Back down we go. That was good. We really enjoyed that. So we'll get down and see if we can go inside this church. So we've got the green light, which means we can go, because obviously no one's coming up, because these stairs have got to be the steepest stairs I think I've ever been down. Honestly, if you were a bit on the chunky side, you just would not get up these. You really wouldn't. And I'm on the chunky side. So I'll probably get wedged about halfway down. Wonder what happens then. I wonder if anyone has actually got stuck going down here. I reckon they have. Denise's behind me somewhere. She doesn't like these stairs very much, so yeah, these aren't the best. You can see how small this is. I just put my foot out there. That's really good, that traffic light system. I've never seen traffic lights to go up and yeah, you do need them, but I've never seen traffic lights on a staircase before. Oh, that's the first.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, we made it back down. That cost us €2 each, so good value for money, that. So here we go, we're going to go in.
The Sanctuary of Santa Lucia, also referred to as the Sanctuary of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, sits on Lucia Hill. Building began in 1904 and was only completed in 1959. The view from the site here is considered the third best panorama in the world, according to National Geographic.
There we go. So that is the church, and up at the top there you can see where we climbed above the central dome. But a really impressive church, really worth taking the time out to come and see. So it's been a nice day today. We'll be heading towards the campsite now and a nice relaxed evening. So that is a Funicular ticket to take us back down. Hopefully it won't be a long wait. Just show you the operations room in there. So that's where it all happens. That's the operator. Looks like he's looking on eBay. I think he's found a car actually. Looks a nice car though. So there we go. So we're going on to the Funicular to head back down again now. And we've got the prime seats. There we go. So we can look back down to where we're heading. So this Funicular has celebrated its 100th birthday this year.
Is it?
Yeah. So yeah, 100-year-old Funicular. I hope the cable's not 100 years old. I'm not gonna lie.
The construction of the Funicular of Santa Lucia began in 1922 and was completed a year later. It's the longest funicular in Portugal, 650 metres in length, and has the greatest level difference also at 160 metres. It holds up to 20 passengers and takes 7 minutes to make the trip.
Yeah, this is the slow bit. Took us 10 minutes last time to get into the station when we got to this point. Safety first. We had to make a little diversion to come and see Father Christmas here, and we had to have our photos taken with Santa. So yeah, a photo session with Santa. So we've just come up into this mall, shopping mall. We weren't expecting to see this, and Denise most definitely was not expecting to see the Body Shop.
No.
Apparently she needs some sponges. I don't need to go into Body Shop, I never wash. Back to the motorhome and onwards to the campsite, hopefully before it gets dark. We know we're almost back to the motorhome now because there's that church with the lighthouse inside it that we went past earlier. Still such a bizarre thing that. We are back to the motorhome, just in this car park where we parked up
All on our own
Yep, she's all on her own there,
now.
waiting for our return. Here we go, back on the road, heading to the campsite. It is 14 miles away, so not far. It's not a long way out of this town, in the countryside a little bit, so it should be quite peaceful. Not sure what that building was, but what a grand building that is. Fantastic. Looks like another monastery. That tunnel we just went through there, it had no indication on height. We were kind of relying on OSM then. We are about 1.5 miles away from the campsite now. So it looks like we're just going to get there before nightfall. Where that camp has come out of, I think.
Down that way.
I think so, yeah.
Well, I'm just waiting for Mark to pay for the campsite, and they wanted to see our passports. I think this is a regular thing in Portugal, which is no bother.
Right, okay, I've just got back from a 14-mile cycle. It's about 7-8 miles there and back, trying to find a hardware shop like a B&Q in the UK to buy some extremely strong Gorilla tape or clear tape to, unfortunately, repair a broken headlight. When we were coming down that extremely bumpy motorway a couple of days ago, we obviously got hit by a stone flying up from a lorry or whatever and hitting the headlight and shattering it. So the headlight shattered, looks like it's about to fall apart. So what I need to do is try to do a temporary repair, which will involve trying to dry it as best we can and then put in the clear tape over the top of it. It was the best tape I could find, and went to 2 different hardware stores, so hopefully it will do the job. If anyone out there knows or has a spare headlight for a Def Left's XLI, please let us know. We'd love to have one. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get it done in this country. We'll find one while we're away from the UK, so we're just going to have to wait until we are back in the UK. So hopefully this temporary repair will be solid enough.
He's got a Tom off his legs.
And I've got a Tom up my leg. Right, okay, so we just done a temporary repair. It's pouring down with rain, so not really the ideal weather conditions to be trying to apply a tape. So what we've done to make sure the glass is dried, just pressed a hot water bottle against the glass to warm it up slightly. So hopefully the adhesive would have been slightly more successful on the glass, being not only dry but also a little bit warmer. So I've only put one coat going one way at the moment. When we get somewhere it's dry, I'll give it a wipe off again and then put another coat going the other way, just to increase its strength, and hopefully it will keep the headlight stable and together until we get back to the UK. That should do for now. It certainly feels more stable than it did before we started doing it. So there we go, a quick temporary repair on the headlight. Hopefully it will keep it in place. Watch this space. Well, we are in the heart of Porto now. The weather is awful. We drove to Porto yesterday. The weather wasn't very good, so we didn't bother filming any of it, and it's only just stopped raining now, so we can film a little bit of Porto. Just going to a tourist information, got a few bits to sort out of them, and then we'll be on our way to look round. Well, we've just been into the tourist information and got some useful information about the toll roads. Apparently we probably are registered now for the toll roads, but we need to wait 2 weeks for the money to come out of the account. Someone there, it's like a campsite there outside the cathedral. So this is the main cathedral here in Porto. Looks like it's subsiding a wee bit. So as you can see, a really bleak, abysmal day. Not pleasant. So we got the important information at the tourist information. Denise now knows where there's a great coffee shop. So we're heading to the coffee shop for a cup of coffee now. That is the Bishop's Palace straight ahead of us now. I think it might be a art gallery now.
We just asked a whole lorry load of policemen, not that they were in a lorry of course, actually it was 3 of them, the rest were sitting in their van, where this coffee shop is, which is supposed to be very famous. Look at the state of this. I think everywhere we go there's always building work and goodness knows what's going on, so it's really noisy, so I don't know if you can hear me. Just look up there. Goodness knows what's going on here. I can't say I'm bowled over at the moment by this city. Maybe it's because the weather's rubbish and there's loads of building work going on. But we'll see. The proof will be in the pudding. And talking about puddings, we are going to have I think it's called Francesca, something like that. Anyway, it's a massive big sandwich with sausage and ham and other stuff in it, if we can find it. So I was just asking Mark, not that he would know the answer. There's a lot of police around. There's one here, who's texting. Another one the other side of the road, and there was obviously quite a few down there, quite a few. And then you've got all these road workers. I wonder if they're ex-criminals doing the road. You know, like when they used to be on a chain. I suppose I'm not allowed to say that really, but I have. Maybe that's what it is. And they're doing the road. Who knows? I have no idea. But if there's more police up around here, wow, that makes you wonder, doesn't it? They're not just doing one bit at a time, they seem to be doing quite a lot of it all at once.
If you enjoy watching our videos and would like to see more of our travels, then click on the like button and subscribe to our channel. It's free to do so.
Well, we're still looking for this coffee shop. I think I'll give up. I'm worn out. Oh look, there's a busy place down there. So it's mad. It's mad here. Can't find it though, so I'll give up and think we'll just go anywhere. Well, we've just had placed in front of us this lovely, I think it's called Francescino. Anyway, I have no idea, but we'll try and get the correct pronunciation for it. but it's their best food on the menu. And as Mark breaks into it, you can see it's an egg. It's got cheese in it. It's got sausage. It's got a steak burger. It's got bacon, and it's got ham. And then obviously the chips, and I imagine these are onion rings. So I'm really looking forward to that. What does it taste like, Mr.
Fantastic.
There you go. There we are. So I'm going to put you down and tuck into mine. I'm so hungry.
Well, we are stuffed after having that meal in that restaurant there, cafe, bar. Nice. Yeah. Absolutely stacked toasted sandwich. Can't move now, but we have managed to find the shopping area here in Porto. Quite a big shopping mall in here. So we'll have a little look around and then go back out and then walk up the main road. It's starting to get a bit dark out there now, but it's nice in here. A shop down there called Flying Tiger. We see them in every single country we go into. There's Flying Tigers. Oddly enough, it's a shop that I've never been into and couldn't even really tell you what they sell. I might actually go into this one and have a look to see what they do sell. So here we are in the Flying Tiger. I have never been in one of these. Looks like they sell a little bit of everything. As you can see, it's now dark, but just showing you the tiling on the side of this building. It is, what is it, Denise? A church, isn't it? It is a church. Yep, so it is a church, and it is called
Little Clergygo's Church.
There we go, that's what it's called. But that is amazing tiling there. It was something like I did in the bathroom at home. Just over there, the chestnuts are roasting. We'd be tempted to have some chestnuts if we didn't just fill our fat faces. We couldn't possibly fit a single chestnut in, I don't think. So let's see what is in between this church. If it is the finished. No, it's actually open, I think. Let's just have a little peek inside. Obrigada. Okay, so that was a little cheeky look in the inside of it, and I don't think it's the two churches that Denise was thinking about, but there seems to be an awful lot of churches in Porto. Funky bubble tea shop. We always go past bubble tea shops, but I've never been into a bubble tea shop. Don't even know what bubble tea is, to be fair.
We said we were going to try one.
Yeah, we're going to try a bubble tea at some point, because we've not had a single bubble tea.
Pipe or something.
Yeah. Look at this fantastic shop. I'll definitely be going in here if I hadn't already eaten a whole horse. A Staudinata there, beautiful. They look so nice. It's the front of the church that we just went into, and also the church that we saw from the side. Fantastic tiling. I don't think I've ever seen a church tiled quite like that. It really is quite an impressive building with its tiling. Well, here we are. That is where we've stayed for the past 2 nights. We've stopped here to visit Porto, which was quite unsuccessful. The rain has not stopped since we got here, so our visit to Porto was not fantastic. We couldn't film a great deal. We couldn't even walk around and look around too much because it was just not pleasant. We might have stayed again tonight if the weather had been good and made another attempt to look around Porto, but as you can see, the weather here is abysmal. This campsite is very similar to all the campsites we've seen and stayed in Portugal so far. They are really basic, they're not overly attractive, and some of them are charging an awful lot of money. This one's not expensive. They were charging around 10 euros a night, so not expensive. But the one that's very similar to this, about a quarter of a mile away, is charging, I think, about 30-40 euros a night. So you don't really get a great deal for your money, to be honest. Anyway, we're going to leave. We haven't looked around Porto like we thought we would have been able to, unfortunately, but we're going to head further south today, and hopefully the weather will improve at some point, because it's not pleasant when it's like this. We were lucky to get out of here. It looked really muddy, as you can see over there, but fortunately we have got out, which is an absolute bonus.